What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kiss Move, and I'm back with a quick video. Yes, we're going to be talking about Xbox and Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones has been critically successful. When I say critically, more so critical acclaim, its reviews getting a lot of 9s out of 10s, 8 out of 10s, 4 out of 5 stars, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Positive reception. The game, like I said, it's personally, I think, my game of the year. Had a great time with it. I keep going back to play some of it, keep tackling certain puzzles and side quests. There's a lot to the game, a lot of secrets to uncover, a lot of mysteries, a lot of ways to explore. They did their thing with this game. Shout out to Machine Games and Bethesda. This is one of the better stories I played. I had so much fun with the game, between the gameplay, the puzzles, the punchy, responsive combat. It was probably the best palate cleansing game you can possibly get when a lot of games nowadays are very samey. So Xbox did a good job. They got a hit on their hands. They did a good job with a license title. It's right now I think it's doing decent on Steam. It's not like doing like big numbers on Steam, but it had a decent amount of people on early access. Obviously, people bought it on it's available on Game Pass. We'll see how it sells. This game, remember, this game does come out on I think PlayStation sometime in April, and it may potentially even be available for the Switch 2 as a launch title, depending on what they do about that. But overall, man, this is a game that everybody should experience. I think they did a really good job. One of my favorite games so far of 2024, easily. But man, this video I wanted to talk about Xbox and pretty much where they're at, and it took them a long time to get to this place in video games and being able to be the conglomerate of a publisher that they are. I was disappointed in how they, started 2024, because this year was supposed to be a big year, which it ultimately ended up being. It's just that it was like a slow burn to get to that. Going into 2024, they had more bad news than good news. It was the whole multi-plat thing of them, them porting games over to PlayStation and Nintendo, them closing down, I think, a couple Bethesda studios, selling off Tango, stuff like that. It was starting off bad. Then they finally got, Hellblade 2 finally came out in May. It kind of came and went. It didn't do what it was supposed to do in terms of critical reception and going viral. It didn't do that. The crazy thing is Hellblade 2 was my game of the year for most of the year, dude. I still don't think there's a lot of games that had that. No, I enjoyed Hellblade 2, but Hellblade 2 was one of the best looking games, if not the best looking game of the year. They did some impressive stuff, had a great story. I liked the gameplay. I like the plot line. I like what they did. One of the best showcases for Unreal Engine 5. The game got some flack because, was stuck at 30 FPS on the Xbox consoles, which kind of sucked. But now, honestly, I mean, you could play it on PC and you could get the high frame rates. Actually, I don't think I've tried it on PC yet. But that game did well. And then again, after that, it was slow. There was nothing until Xbox holiday season, which they were able to get out Call of Duty and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and these games are all reviewing well. They're all doing good. I feel like I'm forgetting a game. They were able to put out a Stalker 2, even though it's not it's not an Xbox game. It is like some sort of time exclusive, whatever. It was on Game Pass, reviewed well despite its issues, and then finally Indiana Jones, which reviewed well and it's doing well. So it's a great game. And I feel like now, and what we're hearing going into 2025, we know Avowed is coming out in February 18th. That's just around the corner. Literally after the holidays, everybody comes back from their vacations, the first week of January. And then the marketing and then at the end of January, they're doing the Xbox Developer Direct, and they have to shortly behind that, they got to do the marketing for Avowed, and then next thing you know, we're playing Avowed in February, and then there's this leak that come out tell us that South of Midnight is coming out in March, which That game looks beautiful. I'm hyped for that game. So you telling me the two of my most anticipated games for 2025 are coming out within the first 3 months, right behind each other. You go from Avowed, then immediately into South of Midnight. They're cooking. They're cooking. You can expect Doom Dark Ages in the summer of 2025. So, you know, which is that's going to be a big hit. That's obviously multi-plat, but it comes day one to Xbox Game Pass. And then we also got to factor in that the biggest game that Xbox is putting out outside of Call of Duty, that's not named Call of Duty, is going to be Fable. And that is expected to be, you know, a mega hit. And it comes from Playground Games. They've done nothing but critically acclaimed games. They've three-peated with their last three Forza games, all scoring in the 90s. And they have a talented core over at Playground working on Fable. Fable looks good. And I'm expecting nothing less. I think they're going to do the same thing. And then obviously Call of Duty. This Call of Duty that just happened was the best Call of Duty in years. I expect them to follow up with another decent Call of Duty that's going to break records. And that's pretty much 2025. And that I don't know of anything else that's potentially coming, but just from first party standpoint between, you know, Xbox, Bethesda, Activision, they're each putting out something of quality, and all the games that are coming out in 2025 looks great. I'm looking forward to the Xbox Developer Direct, if they have one, to see what they will do, what they're going to highlight. But considering the release dates of the games that I just talked about for 2025, they're cooking, man. They are cooking. I think finally, I know we've been saying it year after year, 2025 is the year for Xbox to really show out. It looks like everything is finally coming into fruition. And it starts with Indiana Jones, you know, obviously, because according to some of the game industry believes like the year ends at the first week of November, and anything that comes out after that doesn't count. And when you factor in that, it's like, okay, well, Indiana Jones is part of the 2025, you know, push. It has to launch it has a relaunch in the spring. There's an expansion plan for this game, which you got to think is probably got to come out sometime in Q2 or Q3. Who knows? But depending on, I don't know how big that expansion is for this game. But I'm all for it. This game is very expansive. It's very big. I love the world of Indiana Jones. I love the regions that they got you in. I love all the things that they got you doing in this game. So if there's more of it, and then you obviously, you know, Starfield is cooking. I still got to finish Shattered Space. So they put out that in this year too. So there's a lot of things going on with Xbox, and from a content perspective, for games perspective, there is a lot of content. A lot of quality content. I understand there's a lot of hate out there going on with Xbox and them being a first party publisher. A lot of people want to focus on them, you know, not doing what we want them to do, and that is to, you know, give it to PlayStation and be a true console competitor. You know, obviously I want them to do better there, but I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I'm very excited for what they're doing from a software perspective, from the games that they're releasing. I'm able to play these games on my Xbox. I'm able to play these games on my PC, which I can, you know, crank up the settings a whole notch and have a different experience. I've been able to play Indiana Jones on both Xbox and PC, and I've been very, very excited. Avowed comes out in a couple of months. I plan on playing that on PC because but I know for a fact that's where I'm going to get the most optimal experience, and I think that game looks gorgeous. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Is Xbox finally cooking? And your thoughts on Indiana Jones, please check out my review of Indiana Jones is available. I think I had like a 21-minute review, but obviously I'm loving the game. It's definitely one of the my favorite games all year, and I hope everybody's enjoying it. But Xbox has a lot coming, you know, obviously with Indiana Jones, Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom Dark Ages, Fable, the next Call of Duty, all that slated for 2025. They finna cook, and and hopefully they be smart with it and try to, you know, sell some stuff, you know, to take advantage of the hype and the momentum some of these games have. But that's it for me, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I am out of here. Peace.